How is the cost of living for your pension calculated? If you're a member of the New Brunswick Public Service Pension Plan, Shared Risk Plan for certain bargaining employees of New Brunswick Hospitals, or Shared Risk Plan for CUPE employees of New Brunswick Hospitals, here's how it's done. The cost of living adjustment, known as COLA for short, is a benefit provided under these plans that is intended to help your retirement income keep pace with inflation. Like many other pension plans, including the Canada Pension Plan, it's based on the average annual change in the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, provided by Statistics Canada. Statistics Canada measures the change in CPI by looking at the change in prices for a number of different kinds of goods, from food and shelter to clothing and recreational products. For your pension plan, it's measured by determining the 12-month average of the CPI for the most recent July 1st to June 30th period, and comparing that figure to the average for the same period the previous year. Your plan's actuary completes this calculation. Let's walk through a real-world example of how it's calculated. For the COLA awarded on January 1st, 2022, for example, your plan's actuary compared the average consumer price index for the period of July 2020 to June 2021 with the average consumer price index for the period of July 2019 to June 2020. The CPI from each month was added together and then divided by 12 for the 12 months of the year to obtain the average monthly CPI. For the period of July 2020 to June 2021, it was 138.59. Then the same calculation was done for the previous year. For the period of July 2019 to June 2020, it was 136.60. The rate available for COLA was then calculated by determining the percentage change in the average CPI for those two periods using the calculation you see on the screen. So 138.59 minus 136.60 divided by 136.60, which equals 1.46%. It is important to note that a negative COLA rate would never be applied under the plan. Based on that calculation, for the period of January 1st, 2022, COLA that could be provided to members of the NBPSPP, CBE, and CUPE Hospitals SRP, whether contributing to the plan, a deferred member, or a retiree receiving their pension, was 1.46%. Once COLA is calculated, the next step is to verify if the plans are in a financial position to award it to their members. Your Board of Trustees and the plan's independent actuary review the funding level of the plan annually to determine if the plan is in a position to award the COLA as per the guidelines in the funding policy. The funding policy can be found on your plan's webpage. One of three outcomes can occur as a result of the financial report. 1. There is a large enough surplus to provide a full cost of living increase. 2. There is only enough surplus to pay a portion of the cost of living increase. Or 3. There is not enough of an available surplus, or there is a deficit, and no cost of living increase will be provided. Following the annual review, if the plan is in a position to award COLA to members and it is approved by your Board of Trustees, the Board will instruct the plan's pension administration services provider, in this case VESCOR, to do so. VESCOR applies the COLA to all impacted members and provides letters to retirees to confirm the increase. The increase also applies to the benefits of active and deferred members, further growing their future pension. Every year, a summary of the calculation is posted to the plan's website. Look for the document called Explaining the Cost of Living Increase, typically posted in the fall. Although cost of living increases are not automatic, the plan is designed in such a way that the likelihood of providing annual cost of living increases is very high. According to the pension plan's funding policy, if in a given year the full cost of living increase is not provided, the remainder may be provided in subsequent years if the pension plan has a large enough surplus. We know that it can sometimes be confusing how your cost of living adjustment is calculated, especially when the numbers you see elsewhere don't seem to match up with the COLA awarded by your plan. We hope that this gives you a clearer picture of how the cost of living adjustments for your plan are calculated.